Hello dear students. Hello dear students. Welcome into the first lecture on chemical bond and reactivity. Myself, Mr. Mangesh Shankar Bale. I am working as an assistant professor at Gokhale Education Society's Arts, Commerce and Science College, Jawar. So dear students, in the previous lecture we have discussed entire syllabus from the chemistry paper second and unit number second, that is inorganic chemistry. Okay, so in this semester second, course code USCH 202, I am taking chemistry paper second, from that the unit number second inorganic chemistry part. Okay, so in this lecture we are going to discuss types of chemical bonds. Okay, first we will see what is chemical bond. Definition: in a molecule, the atoms are held together by bonding forces called chemical bonds. What is chemical bond? In a molecule, the atoms are held together by bonding forces called chemical bond. For example, sodium chloride. When this sodium chloride molecule will form, the atom, that is sodium and chloride, are held together by a particular binding force which is called as what? Chemical bonds. The atoms of other elements either lose, gain or share electrons to attain stable or nearest noble gas configuration. Why they are holding? How they are holding? Due to the either loss or gain of the electron and attain to stable nearest noble gas configuration. Therefore, chemical bonds are the attractive forces which hold the atoms together in a molecule. So, into the types of chemical bonds, there are four types of chemical bonds. In that, first one, ionic bond, second, metallic bond, third, coordinate bond, and last one, covalent bond. These are the four types of chemical bonds, right? So in today's lecture we are going to discuss ionic bond in detail. Okay, they are also divided as primary bonds and secondary bonds. That means we have seen these four types of chemical bonds, right? They are divided into four, sorry, divided into the as a primary and secondary bonds. Into the primary bonds, interatomic bonds, namely metallic, ionic and covalent bonds. What are primary bonds? That is interatomic bonds, namely called as what? Metallic, ionic and covalent bonds. Secondary bonds, that is weak intermolecular bonds, are van der Waals bonds and hydrogen bonds which results from intermolecular dipole attraction. Okay, now as I told previous, first in this video lecture we are going to discuss ionic or electrovalent bond. Another name of ionic bond is what? Electrovalent bond. The strong electropositive and strong electronegative elements combine and form compounds involving ionic bonds. That means electropositive element and electronegative element combine to form ionic bond. Simply we can say. The strong electropositive elements lose electrons by the strong electronegative elements, and due to this transfer of electrons from the electropositive element to the electronegative element, the former attains positive charge and becomes a cation, whereas the latter attains a negative charge to form an anion. In this case, when the electropositive element will transfer the electron to the electronegative element, then former, that means electropositive element, attains positive charge and it become a cation, whereas the negative charge to form an anion. The positive ions and the negative ions are attracted by Coulombic force of attraction. That means the cations and anion combine with each other due to the Coulombic force of attraction and formation of the ionic bond. Since the ions are attracted to one another, the bond between them is known as what? Ionic bond. Or simply we can say ionic or electrovalent bond is what? The electrostatic forces of attraction between the oppositely charged ions are called as ionic bond. This is the definition of ionic or electrovalent bond. I will repeat. The electrostatic forces of attraction between the oppositely charged ions are called ionic bond. Now we will see schematic representation of the ionic bond. See the example, sodium chloride. Okay. For example, when sodium and chlorine react together, the outer electron of sodium atom is transferred to chlorine atom to produce sodium plus and chlorine ion Cl minus. See, the oppositely charged ion are then held ion either by electrostatic forces of attraction, that is by an ionic bond. The formation of sodium chloride can be illustrated diagrammatically, showing only the outer electrons as follows. See the example of sodium chloride. Sodium, which is having outer electron configuration what? NS1, right? This is the one. There is only one electron out in outermost shell of sodium, right? And in chlorine, the general electronic configuration what? Ns2 Np5, that is total 7 electron which is held in around of this chlorine atom. When this sodium transfer one electron to the chlorine, okay, it acquire what? Positive charge, okay, right? That is sodium plus. And when the chlorine atom taking one electron from the sodium, then that entire shell will be occupied and it become a anion, that is Cl minus. And when this sodium and chlorine combine with each other, then the formation of what? Sodium chloride, that is ionic compound. Okay, this is the schematic representation of ionic bonds. Okay, now similarly we can see next example. In a similar way, the outer two electrons of magnesium are transferred to chlorine atoms, one each forming magnesium ion and chlorine ion. This is the second example. Formation of magnesium chloride can be represented as, see, magnesium consists of a 2 valence electron in its outermost shell, right? And chlorine again have total 7 electron. There are 2 chlorine here, right? But magnesium consists of a 2 valence electrons. Magnesium, this magnesium having 2 electrons, that will be transferred 1 electron into the first chlorine and second electron into the second chlorine. Then magnesium consists of a 2 plus charge and each chlorine consists of a minus 1 charge. And when these magnesium 2 plus and 2 Cl minus are combined with each other, formation of what? Magnesium chloride as a ionic compound. This is the second example of ionic bond. Thus, electrovalent bond involves the transfer of certain number of electrons from electropositive element to electronegative element so that both acquire stable inert gas configuration. See, that means this transfer of the electron, both the element acquire stable inert gas configuration. The number of electrons lost or gained by element during the formation of the electrovalent bond is termed as valency number. For example, sodium, in previous example, sodium has plus 1 charge, plus 2 and plus 3, whereas chlorine and sulfur has minus 1 and minus 3 valency numbers respectively. The following three factors play a very important role in the formation of ionic bonds. Now we will see what are the factors playing very important role for our formation of what? Ionic bonds. Factors. First one, ionization energy. Lower the value of ionization energy of an atom, greater will be the age of formation of the cation. See, lower the value of ionization energy, the atom will be have greater Ag formation of the cation. Then second, electron affinity. Higher the electron affinity of an atom, greater will be the Ag of formation of the anion. The amount of energy released or spent when an electron is added to a neutral atom or molecule in gaseous state to form negative ion. Then third one, electrostatic forces of attraction. Between the two oppositely charged ions, the forces of attraction can be determined by assuming the two ions as hard sphere. If two spheres are imagined with charges plus E1 and minus E2 at a distance r apart, then the attractive force is given by Coulomb's law as F is equal to E1 into E2 upon R2. This is the Coulomb's law's equation. The electrostatic attraction always tends to decrease the potential energy. Hence, the potential energy of the system is much less than it was before the formation of ionic bond. The ionic bonds are non-directional as the electrostatic fields of an ion extends equally in all directions. Therefore, an ionic compound is a cluster of ions in which a positive ion is surrounded by a number of negative ions and each negative ion is surrounded by a number of positive ions. The formation of an ionic compound depends upon lattice energy. The energy released when gaseous ions are brought from infinity to form a mole of solid substance at 0 degree Kelvin is known as lattice energy or crystal energy. It is a measure of the strength of ionic bond. Larger the lattice energy, stronger is the bond. Example, Na plus in gaseous state plus Cl minus in gaseous state, which is gives sodium chloride as a solid, which having delta H is equal to minus 769 kilojoule per mole. Now we will see general characteristic of ionic compounds. Okay. First, nature of the ionic compound. Ionic compounds are hard crystalline solids. In the solid state, oppositely charged ions are closely packed in the crystal lattice and they are held together by electrostatic forces. Hence, the solid is hard. Second, melting and boiling points. In the process of melting, the electrostatic forces holding the ions have to be loosened. Considerable energy is required for this. Hence, the ionic compounds have high melting points. In the process of boiling, there is a complete breaking of all the bonds. The boiling points are also quite high. Third one, solubility. Ionic compounds dissolve readily in a polar solvents like water. This is because polar solvents have high dielectric constant which helps to weaken the electrostatic forces of attraction between the oppositely charged ions. Water is a good solvent for ionic compounds because its dielectric constant is very high, that is D is equal to 80, and almost all ionic compounds dissolve in it. Also, with increase in charge and decrease in size of ions, solubility of electrolytes tends to decrease. Therefore, sodium chloride, that is Na plus Cl minus, has been more soluble than magnesium 2 plus O2 minus magnesium oxide in a water. Fourth number, conductivity. Ionic compounds are not good conductors in the solid state due to all the ions being firmly held in the lattice. There may be a slightly conductivity due to very little vibrations of ions, but when the solid is heated and converted to the molten state and also when the solid is dissolved in water, the conductivity increases. This is due to the release of free ions which can conduct electricity. Solvation energy, last one. When ionic compounds are treated with a solvent, the ions react with the solvent. This process of solution is accompanied by the release of energy. In the case of ionic compounds, the solution energy is high enough to overcome the Coulombic electrostatic attraction between the oppositely charged ions. So, here we have seen general characteristics of ionic compounds. Into the next lecture, we are going to start remaining chemical bonds, that is metallic bond, covalent bond and coordinate bond. Thank you.